Hey, Skull Nation. What's up, you purple-blooded warriors? Can you feel that electric buzz in the air? It's Friday, October 17th, and the Minnesota Vikings are charging back from there by week with a matchup that's got revenge written all over it. Carson Wentz staring down his old squad, the Philadelphia Eagles, right here at US Bank Stadium. But hold up, because this isn't just any game. It's a clash where our backup-turned-hero might just etch his name in Vikings lore, while our young gun J.J. McCarthy fights his way back from the sidelines. Stick with me, because in the next few minutes we're diving deep into this QB drama that's got the whole league talking. What does it mean for our 3-2 squad gunning for the playoffs? You ready to break it down like a Brian O'Neill pancake block? Let's roll. Picture this: Carson Wentz, the big-armed beast who grew up dreaming of purple jerseys in North Dakota, steps under the bright lights of US Bank Stadium on Sunday, his fourth straight start in Vikings purple. Coach Kevin O'Connell dropped the bombshell Friday afternoon. Wentz is our guy against the Eagles, that team that drafted him number 2 overall back in 2016 and turned Philly green with envy. But get this. After gutting out a shoulder tweak in our gritty Week 5 win over the Browns in London, 25 of 34 for 236 yards, 1 TD, 0 picks, Wentz practiced full go all week, shaking off the pain like it's just another Tuesday. Stats don't lie, folks. In 3 starts, he's 2-1, slinging 759 yards, 5 touchdowns, and just 2 tipped picks, completing nearly 70% of his throws. That's veteran savvy, keeping our playoff dreams alive at 3-2. Who's fired up for Wentz to feast on that Eagles D? Now, lean in close, because here's the hook that keeps you glued. Wentz isn't just starting. He's facing ghosts from his past in a stadium that still echoes with Super Bowl heartbreak. Remember 2017? He was third in MVP voting, torching defenses left and right, until that ACL tear handed the reins to Nick Foles for that magical Eagles run to the Lombardi at, wait for it, US Bank Stadium itself. Fast forward to now. Traded away after 2020 to pave Jalen Hurts' path to 2 Super Bowls and a ring, Wentz has bounced through 6 teams in 6 years, including that 24-8 beatdown by Philly in 2022 with the Commanders. But he shrugged it off this week. Not really significant anymore. Feels like multiple lifetimes ago. Respect for the guy, but come on, Skull fans, deep down, is there a spark? Drop in the comments. Do you think Wentz channels that old fire? Or is he all business? Your take could fire up the whole feed. As the purple curtain rises on this revenge tale, let's rewind to how we got here. J.J. McCarthy, our 22-year-old phenom, the heart of our future, hit the deck with that nasty high ankle sprain in Week 2 against the Falcons. Oof, talk about a rookie gut punch. After flashing promise in Week 1 with 143 yards and 2 scores, he logged just 301 yards total in 2 starts, battling 58.5% completions and 3 picks. But here's the grit. He's back on the practice field for the first time since limited participant all week, admitting Wednesday his ankle's not 100% yet. Annoying injury, he called it, but that fire in his eyes? Pure Vikings DNA. O'Connell's smart, listing him questionable, emergency number 3 QB behind Wentz and rookie backup Max Brosmer. No rushing the kid, we need him locked and loaded. What do you say, nation? Patience for JJ? Or push him if Wentz stumbles? Hit me with your hot takes below. Suspense building yet? Because while McCarthy rehabs like a champ, Wentz has been our steady rock, feeding the beasts on offense with surgical precision. Over the last 2 games, he's dumped over 120 yards each to Justin Jefferson, our superstar WR1 who's been a matchup nightmare all season. And that game winner? A dart to Jordan Addison in London, snatching victory from the Browns' jaws before our bye reset. Eagles fans, beware. Philly's D has shown cracks early this year, ranking mid-pack in yards allowed, vulnerable to big plays. Wentz, with his cannon arm and that 9.7 yards per carry scramble threat, smells blood. Imagine it. A purple sea roaring as he uncorks a 50-yard bomb to JJ. Chills, right? But flip the script. What if the Birds' pass rush, led by that relentless front, tees off on him? Your prediction in the comments. Vikings by 7, or does Philly pull a stunner? Let's debate. Diving deeper into the drama, let's talk timelines. because nothing amps up Vikings Nation like a good old QB controversy with playoff stakes. McCarthy's next shot? That Thursday nighter in Week 8 against the Chargers on a brutal short week. Coaches hate debuting a rusty rook then, so odds are he sits. Miss that, and we've got a full runway to Week 9's blood feud with the Lions, where a 100% JJ could reclaim the throne. But here's the twist. Wentz has been lights out, 2-1 steering the ship. Can he string together another W or two, making it a dogfight to yank him? O'Connell's poker face this week screamed caution, but his trust in Wentz? Ironclad. He's good to go, the coach said flat out. Skull fans, you're the jury. Root for Wentz's redemption arc, or counting down to McCarthy's takeover? Share your verdict. I'm all ears. Hold your breath, because this Eagles reunion isn't just personal for Wentz. It's poetic justice under these rafters. Drafted by Philly as their savior, he delivered MVP caliber. Magic in 17 only to watch Foles hoist the trophy in this very dome. 5 seasons of green highs and rocky lows ended in that 2020 trade for Hurts, who's since dragged them to glory. Wentz's Philly exit? Messy as a goal line fumble, but now, on his 6th team in 6 years, he's all Vikings. Lots of respect for those guys, he said, eyeing a D with few familiar faces. No bad blood, just business, but man, the narrative? Chef's kiss. With kickoff at noon Central Time, our 3-2 Purple Pride collides with their 4-2 Juggernaut. Who's got the edge? Poll time. Wentz outduels Hurts? Or does Philly's O-line bully us? Comment now. Your voice shapes the hype. Zooming in on the numbers that make my heart race, Wentz's Viking stat line is pure adrenaline. Averaging 253 yards per outing, those 5 TDs lighting up scoreboards, and just 2 deflections turning into picks. Smart, scrappy ball. He's clicked with Addison on that clincher, and Jefferson's been his security blanket, feasting on double teams. Contrast that with Philly's D, 24th in points allowed early, leaking big plays like a sieve. Wentz grew up a Vikings diehard, inked as McCarthy's backup in August. Now he's the man. But lurking? That shoulder nag from London, where he ate a hit but kept slinging. Full practice all week says he's primed. Nation, crunch the stats with me. Does Wentz's 69% completion clip exploit their secondary? Or do we need JJ's legs back ASAP? Drop your analysis. Let's geek out. As the clock ticks to Sunday, let's peel back Wentz's Philly chapter. Because context is king in this saga. 2nd overall in 16, he was their golden boy, 3,296 yards as a rook. Then that 17 explosion with 33 TDs, nearly snagging MVP before fate intervened. Super Bowl 52? Eagles win it all here, Foles magic over our Pats dynasty. Irony thicker than Minnesota nice. Wentz's tenure soured post-trade, but he's evolved. From indie gunslinger to Rams wildcard wizard, Chiefs depth chart climber. Now our purple savior. Facing ex-teammates? Just another opponent, he claims, but his eyes say different. With Brosmer as backup and McCarthy's emergency vest, depth solid. Skull question. If Wentz drops 300 and a W, does he earn more starts? Yes or no? Convince me in the replies. Building the tension, consider McCarthy's shadow over this. The kids' limited reps this week were gold. Footwork drills, dropbacks against air, rebuilding that pocket rhythm after 4 weeks sidelined. O'Connell's plan? Smart layering. Wentz owns first-team duties. JJ sips the reps like fine scotch. Ankle at 80%. Close but not casino-ready. His 2-game sample. Dual threat spark with 50 rush yards and a score, but those 3 picks scream growing pains. Vikings lore loves underdogs, and JJ's our next Fran Tarkenton. But rushing him risks re-aggravation. Remember his lost rookie year to that knee? No repeats. Fans, what's your gut? Bench Wentz post-Eagles for JJ versus Chargers? Or ride the hot hand? Your call fuels the fire. Comment away. Narrative gold right here. Wentz versus Eagles isn't revenge. It's redemption wrapped in purple. He downplayed it. Maybe earlier in my career it hit different. Now it's lifetimes ago. Spot on Philly's D-line? Overhauled, no old sparring partners. But respect lingers for the org that launched him. Hurts, his successor, owns 2 SB berths. Wentz chases his first purple playoff sniff since 21. Sunday's noon Central Time whistle blows, and U.S. banks 66,000 strong erupt. Our O-line, patched but tough, shields him. D, led by that pass rush, Harris's back. Eagles at 4-2. Impressive, but we've seen cracks. Tease. What if Wentz threads the needle for a walk-off? Dream fuel. What's your bold prediction? Jefferson 150 yards, or Addison TD number 2. Spill it below. Stats spotlight to amp the energy. Wentz's 759 yards lead our attack, those 5 scores tying him for team high, efficiency popping at 69% clips. Jefferson's 120-plus yards game streak. Wentz fed magic. Philly's vulnerability, 27th in red zone D, ripe for our ground pounders to set up play-action bombs. McCarthy's questionable tag? Buys time, but his practice return signals hope. Limited drops, no cuts yet, but progress. Brosmer, the undrafted gem, waits and wings. This depth chart? Battle-tested. Skull stat nerds, calculate with me. If Wentz hits 250-plus yards, we're 4-2 and rolling. Over or under? Your math in comments. Let's build the case. Layering the story, Wentz's bounce back from that London shoulder ding. Full practices Wednesday through Friday, shows warrior code. Took a thunderous hit versus Browns, popped up, delivered the dagger to Addison for the W. That's the arm we signed. 3,111 college yards at NDSU, now translating to NFL poise. Philly trade ghosts, buried, but the Dome's SB echoes add spice. Foles parade started here. O'Connell's Friday affirm, he's our starter. McCarthy? Smart play, echoing caution. With Chargers looming Thursday, this week's W could tilt the scales. Nation, envision it. Wentz scrambles for first down, crowd thunders. Goosebumps? Who's your MVP pick? Wentz or JJ lurking? Vote in replies. Pacing the pulse, let's humanize McCarthy's grind. 22 years young, Michigan Natty champ, now navigating NFL wars. Ankle tweak in Atlanta? For weeks of rehab hell. Tape, pools, endless reps. Wednesday admission. Not 100%, but grinding. Limited practice, baby steps, pass rush sims, timing tweaks. His dual threat tease, 25 rush yards per start, that week 1 TD scamper. But picks piled up, experience calls. Wentz mentors mid-practice, sharing scars from 6 teams. Brotherhood brewing. Eagles test, perfect proving ground. Fans, heartstrings tugged? Would you suit up JJ as backup for reps or full rest? Your empathy drives the chat. Pour it out. Climax creeping. Sunday's script screams cinema. Wentz, ex-Eagle under familiar lights versus Hurts Empire. His 22 Commanders loss? 24-8 bruise, but now? Wiser, hungrier. Good people there. He nods, but game face on. Vikings at home, post-bye fresh. 3-2 momentum from Wentz's wins. Philly 4-2. Strong, but road where shows. Kickoff noon Central Time. Fox broadcast. Set alarms. Tease the thunder. Purple rush sacks Hurts thrice. Wentz airs it out. Epic. Your scene edition. Key play call? Tell me. Comments are our huddle. Wrapping the build-up, Wentz's Vikings fit. Seamless signed August as insurance, now captain. 29 rush yards? Adds teeth. Jefferson Addison duo? His precision unlocks them. McCarthy's horizon. Post-Eagles buy for Lions prep if needed. O'Connell's chess. Balance now, future. Stats seal it. Wentz's 253 YPG outpaces his 24 Chiefs stint. Eagles D-holes? Our exploit. Skull strategists. Project the box score. Vikings 27-24? Under or over? Your wager in words. Final hype surge. This ain't just a game. It's Vikings resilience incarnate. Wentz carries the torch. McCarthy stokes the flame. Philly past. Fuel for present fire. Noon CT US Bank roars. Be there or stream it screaming. What's the vibe, nation? Wentz's 4th start sparks a streak? Or JJ whispers sooner. Your passion powers us. Alright, Skull fam, we've unpacked the QB saga, the revenge vibes, the stats that scream upset potential. Now it's your turn to roar. If this fired you up for Sunday's clash with the Eagles, smash that like button harder than a Levon Kirkland hit. Drop your hottest take in the comments. Wentz for MVP this week, or McCarthy sneaks in versus Chargers. Don't forget to subscribe for every Vikings update. Hit that bell so you never miss a beat on Noticias dos Vikings news. Share this with your fellow purple diehards, because together we're unstoppable. Skol Vikings. Let's hunt that W and charge toward the playoffs. Purple reign forever.